is it bad that I don't hate this album? Like, I think I'm supposed to, but I don't think I do. The guy is still a piece of shit, we all know that, but I don't think that's a reason for me to hate the album. I just don't think I do. XXXTENTACION is a rapper, I guess, is a sad boy who has been making music now for the past few years, gone pretty viral. 17 was pretty big for him. He had that other single, Look at Me, which was this like screamo rap song thing that was crap, but I think it made the year-end list for the Billboard Hot 100, so there's that. And he's been like this figure in music right now that's just doing all this ridiculous things like punching and beating up people, and he's been accused of all these other things. Just, it's all kind of mounted up to the point where it's just got into a thing with people where they're just like, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit, we don't want anything to do with him, but yet he's still being quite popular anyway. I think many people are of the mindset of separate the artist from the art, so they still defend his music anyway, despite the fact that he is a piece of shit, which is fine. I have no issue with that, honestly. I go into this album with the expectation of this is going to be an album by an artist that I don't particularly like, but let's give it a fair shot anyway. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know if many people are going to do that. I think many people are going to go into this hating it because of who he is, and that's their choice. But, you know, his fans still don't have much reason to defend him because the music on here isn't even that good. I said I don't hate this, but really, the music on here isn't good. Like, there is so many styles that he goes through. It's not 17, where 17 pretty much stayed to that sort of sad acoustic guitar sound all the way through, which was pretty generic and stale, honestly. But here he does that and then throws in other styles like the fucking shouting screamo thing that he throws in, which sounds god awful. There's this weird like bleepity bloopity instrumental on the track Moonlight. I actually think this instrumental's pretty cool. I don't know what made him go for this. I think he's trying very hard to be like alternative, and his fans certainly like throwing that label on him. But this is one of the only songs where it sounds a bit different and actually goes over okay. I don't mind this track, honestly. We have a Floor 55, which sounds like fucking Takeshi 69 guy. Yeah, you know how I feel about him already. I slapped an F on his album, so this kind of sound is very phoned in, I must say. Like, I don't think this is the kind of sound that both of these artists can do very well. I don't know what it is about it. It's hype, but it doesn't sound that good. And it sounds even more phoned in when you think about how this album starts off. I mean, he starts off this album like with the introduction that he does, his little spoken word passage that he did on his last album, which everyone found incredibly cringy. I didn't think it was that bad, but the one on this one is definitely worse. It is titled Introduction brackets Instructions. And he goes on to say things like, you should open your mind to this music, man. Oh, don't just go into this album with like this predisposed expectation of what it might sound like. There are different sounds on this. It's alternative. Open your mind, alternative. Are you that worried that people are going to hate on your album that you have to explain the album before we go into it? Like, you have to tell people this album sounds a bit different, and it doesn't even sound that different when you look at the grand scheme of music these days, considering how various and how diverse the music industry has become. You can go on any album, on any Bandcamp or anywhere, and you will hear different sound to it. But yeah, XXXTENTACION has to tell us that, oh, this album might sound a bit different. And once again, he's telling us that we're entering his mind, and what we find out that is in his mind is, I'm sad, I know, yeah. I'm sad, I know, yeah. Yeah, we get it, you're sad, you know, we have to sympathise with you because you're so sad and you're a piece of shit and you do stupid things all the time and everyone hates you, so it's turned you into a sad person, you know. Do you think I'm going to sympathise? Do you think I'm going to sympathise? The thing is, though, is that some of these sadder songs, like Remedy for a Broken Heart, do have a decent sound to them. Like that's what I was saying at the start. Like I don't hate this album even though I feel like I should, but some of the sonic sounds on this album aren't that bad. It's just how like he jumps from one sound to another to another to another and never really does any of them to a great level, you know? Because we do have tracks like Going Down, and this song is horrific. Like, what the hell? His voice is like, going down, going down, going down. He sounds like the fucking guy that did the Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay song. Then we have generic auto-tuning, auto-crooning crap that's like ripping off Travis Scott with tracks like Smash, which features P&B rock. Why is the industry trying to make this guy a thing? Like, I just don't get it. This guy, he's not a thing. He's not good, and they're just kind of throwing him on so many albums, and he's featured on so many on so much stuff. I just don't get it. We have like a fucking post-hardcore song with the track Schizophrenia. Honestly, this track is hilarious. Like, towards the end, he starts shouting, and it sounds like he's trying to be Rage Against the Machine. He's like, ah, rah, 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 rah. It's like, what are you doing? And you can completely see that he hasn't fleshed out any of the sounds that he tries, because nearly every song is about a minute and a half, or at the maximum it's like 2 minutes 20 seconds or something ridiculous like that. Some of them just end so abruptly. Like, he just didn't spend time on this album at all. Like, what are you doing? You're telling us that this is alternative and different, and yet you can't even spend more than like 15-20 minutes making a song, clearly, because they all sound unfinished. And I cannot end this review without mentioning I don't even speak Spanish, lol. Yes, you heard that. There is a song called I Don't Even Speak Spanish, lol. Yes. And I kind of want to admit that it's not even that bad, mostly because XXXTentacion doesn't take the most of the vocals in this song. There is a guy on this song, I'm not sure who it is, but he's not credited. I don't know if it is him or who it is, but he doesn't sound like him. He sounds better anyway. And it's a bit more of like a dancehall, Latino, reggaeton inspired track that we've been hearing loads in the past like 12 months in the mainstream, which makes me think that this song actually could become like his biggest hit yet. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was a hit, because this is the kind of stuff that hits the charts these days. But it's just that it's called I Don't Even Speak Spanish, lol. Like, this is gonna happen. We're gonna make a hit this year called I Don't Even Speak Spanish, lol. Why would you put lol in the title? So overall, you can tell that there are so many things with this album that are just bad. The unfinished tracks, the jumping from style to style to style, trying to be versatile, but at the end of the day, he's not really doing anything new with the sounds or anything different with the sounds, but yeah, he claims that he is. But sonically, it's not that bad, I don't think. Like, some of the tracks sound okay. XXX isn't a great singer or a great rapper, or he does some terrible things on this album with his vocals and with his singing, but you know, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. I'm gonna have to say it's like a D-, which, if you don't know, that is about equivalent to a 4 out of 10, so it's still in the bad rating, but it's not the worst thing. I've heard worse albums this year, I've got to say, so it's not good, but hey, his fans will still find ways to defend it, and defend him as a person as well. I don't know how they do that, but they managed to do that, and I don't know how. Let me know your thoughts on this album, if you hate it, if you actually think it's alright. Yeah, subscribe to the channel for more reviews if you haven't subscribed already, and have a good day.